And taming the ego is really understanding the ego. Our ego is the false self, according to Muktananda. And how do you tame this ego? The great scholar Vivekananda, another great spiritual divine master, God on earth, manifester, came to this western part of the world in the early part of the 20th century. And his devotees would always ask him the question, how? Just how do we do it? How? And he said, in the springtime, go out and observe the blossoms on the fruit trees. He said, the blossoms vanish of themselves as the fruit grows. So too will the lower self vanish as the divine grows within you. The divine growing within you is what Serena just described. Just everyday little acts of kindness. That you don't do it so that you can cut the line. But cutting the line becomes a way of life. Because, as I said earlier, when Thoreau defined success, he said, if you advance confidently in the direction of your own dreams and endeavor to live the life which you have imagined, you will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. It will chase after you. It will happen for you.
Remember the movie The Magnificent Obsession? A movie made back, I think, in the 50s. And it was really about what was the magnificent obsession. It was the ability to be able to give anonymously. What is Alcoholics Anonymous? It is everybody stays anonymous. Nobody has a title. There's not even anybody in charge. There's no leaders of this. There's no president. There's no vice president. There's no organization. It's just, here's a group of people who just want to help other people whose lives are out of control. So here's a meeting place, and you come, and one day somebody will chair it, and then somebody else another day will chair it. And one of the things I've found when I attend one of these meetings is that I feel, you'll see so many people who are downtrodden, who feel as if their life has passed them by, who look like they don't have any teeth, they haven't shaved, they're dirty, they're God in disguise. That you can see this source, you can see the Tao, you can see it when, particularly in those who are the most obscure, the most isolated from everyone else. And whenever I go to one of those meetings and I hear people get up and they tell their stories, I feel there's so much presence of the source, of God, of spirit, of Lao Tzu, of Tao, whatever you want to call it, in one of those meetings than I've ever felt in any church.
It's like the little kitten chasing its tail. You've all seen little kittens do this. They chase it, and chase it, and chase it. And little kitten was doing that out in the alley. An old alley cat came up to it and said, "Excuse me, well, what are you doing there?" And the kitten said, "Well, I just returned from cat philosophy school. And in cat philosophy school, we learned two things. The first thing we learned in cat philosophy school is that happiness is the most important thing in the world for a cat. And two, we learned that happiness is located in our tail. So I have figured out if I could just get a hold of it, that ultimately I will have a lock on happiness and I'll just take it with me for the rest of my life." And the old alley cat looked at it and said, I didn't have the same breaks that you did. I didn't get to go to school, college, but I've been out here in the alleys and I've learned the same thing. That indeed the most important thing in the world for a cat is happiness. And I've also discovered that it's located in my tail. He said, the only difference between you and I is I've discovered that when I go about my life and do the things that are most important to me, that it follows after me wherever I go.